Oh man, so the saga continues. Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX accounts continue to be drained with funds on the move. Yes, money which has not moved for over a year since originally the FTX accounts were hacked have suddenly been on the move again as the scam continues. Remember, we are days away from Sam Bankman-Fried appearing in front of court. He's pleaded not guilty to fraud and conspiracy to commit fraud. We know other members of FTX and Alameda execs have already pleaded guilty, and some are expected to testify against their boss. I'm going to give you the latest update of what's going on. Plus, I'm going to share with you two altcoins which I'm jumping into a big trade on, and both of these I'm giving you guys free alerts for. If you like this type of content, smash up the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. As always, check out the links in the description to Bybit if you're looking for a platform to trade with. Now, I know many of you guys are in the UK and affected by Bybit's closing down. If you're looking for other exchanges, do check out BitGet and Mexi, two other exchanges which I trust and use. Affiliate links in the description. Now, first and foremost, guys, let's kick off with Bitcoin. Bitcoin here having a bit of a stabilizing moment above its 4-hourly EMA ribbon, holding up quite nicely here on the shorter time frames. However, here on the daily time frame, I do want to point you to the fact that we're not able just yet to close above our daily EMA ribbon. So again, we're kind of a little bit off here. If we can get a couple of $100 more later on today, remember this daily candle doesn't close for 11 hours, we can close above our EMA ribbon. So if we can close somewhere here where my cursor is, that would be nice and set us up nicely for tomorrow as well. We want to bounce off this EMA ribbon, and we really want to see us start breaking past these wicks here at about 27.4 and head up towards here at 27.8. These are going to be the key levels. What we don't want, which we're trying to avoid, is this. We don't want that to happen, right? We don't just want this to be a rejection at the EMA ribbon where we run into our EMA ribbon, create an M pattern, and get thrown to the downside. That's what we're trying to avoid here on Bitcoin. That's only going to happen if we bounce with vengeance and start working our way higher. So very, very, very important here on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame also seems to be getting the better of us at the moment. We're 1 day and 12 hours before this candle close. And again, if we want to close above it, we've got to close above 27.2. Okay, 27.2 in this range here will give us a nice candle close above our EMA ribbon. Again, we just don't want to get rejected by the daily and therefore the weekly EMA ribbon to get thrown down for new local lows at that 25,000 mark. So that's what we're facing on Bitcoin. Now, if you jump into our Telegram, ijaz.uk/TG for Telegram, you will get our free trade alerts. We're sharing free trade alerts in here. Now, based on popular demand, you guys have been asking me to set up a VIP group where we're more methodical with more regular trade alerts. So again, check out the link description, check out the trade alerts, look at the different trade patterns. Again, this is everything I'm teaching in our TA course, ijaz.uk/TA, but I'm showing you how to put it into action for education purposes to show you guys exactly how I execute on the trade. What's my entry? How do I enter the position? What's my stop loss? What's my take profit? How do I do my risk to reward? And I give you explanation of why I'm entering a trade from a technical thesis or if it's from a fundamental thesis, and then you'll see how that plays out. It's all about risk management, guys. Nobody gets every single trade right, but it's about making sure you've got a decent risk to reward ratio that helps you even if your win percentage is low. Remember, when I was working at an investment bank, some of the best traders I knew would get only 35 to 40% of their trades right, but they were hugely profitable because they always stack the cards in their favor. So it's not just about your win percentage, it's about the win percentage in conjunction with your risk to reward. We teach all of this ijaz.uk/TA, but again, you can sign up to our alerts. We will be setting up a VIP group in the next couple of days. Make sure you register your interest in that group. So 2 exciting trades shared in the Telegram. Make sure you go check those out and make yourself some money. And again, all the trade signals I share, you can do them on spot. Okay, so you guys know I don't do leverage, I don't do margin. These are all ethical, no pumps and dumps, just normal trade patterns, trading on spot, but yet making a decent enough sustainable return that you can build income over time through your trading. So even though there's a bear market, there's opportunities to be had, right? There are altcoins moving, and we want to take advantage of that volatility. So the main story today, Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX account being drained. FTX was hacked back in November 22. You guys remember after the original kind of breaking up of FTX, we saw straight away that their account started to get drained. And now some of those accounts after 1 year have started to be put on the move. So around 2,500 Ether, which is about $4 million, tied to last year's apparent exploit of the FTX exchange, started moving early Saturday. Remember, Remember, this could be a clue around who built the back door. Was it an insider? Is it Sam Bankman-Fried or one of his accomplices moving this money around? It was too coincidental at the time that they were like, oh, we got hacked. There must have been a back door that allowed them to quickly get this money out when things started to hit the fan. Ether held in a wallet associated with the FTX accounts drainer began moving for the first time in nearly a year. The funds were split into two, and then a few times in subsequent transactions, 700 ETH were moved using Thorchain router. Now remember, Thorchain allows you to bridge across different blockchains without revealing your wallet, and 1200 ETH, which is the majority, was moved through Railgun privacy tool. Remember, Railgun is similar to like the Tornado Cash, which of course got sanctioned. It's another way of you kind of obscuring your transactions. This is when you start to notice something a little nefarious going on, right? Anytime people are using these privacy metrics in this privacy tools in this kind of a situation is normally a flag. Remember when we discussed the Phantom situation with multi-chain and Michael Kong came on the podcast? And he said, we're not seeing the normal characteristics of a hack. This is what he's referring to. When you see a hack, you normally see tactics being taken by the person to move the funds. The funds don't just get moved from one public wallet to another and it just sits there. That's not a hack. A hacker is actively trying to get it out so they can use the funds. They're trying to, avoid detection by authorities or anybody tracking them. So they want to move it. They want to use privacy tools. They want to use things like 4chain. That is the normal behavior of a hacker who's trying to get the funds away. So there's another 550 ETH sitting in an intermediate wallet. Then let's just find out what else is going on. Remember, guys, originally around $21 million worth, 12,500 ETH was originally hacked out, we believe. Accounts tied to FTX and FTX US were drained on November the 11th, 2022, hours after the company filed for bankruptcy and Sam Bankman-Fried resigned from the crypto empire. Too coincidental, guys. The attacker took $600 million worth of ETH at the time. Remember, this belongs to you guys, the people using FTX, the creditors. This belongs to them. In a since deleted tweet, the then FTX General Counsel Ryan Miller said the exchange was taking precautionary steps to secure the funds. I remember covering this on the day. This was, outrageous, and that's what they messaged. I remember the hack happened. They're like, yeah, don't worry, we're taking precautionary steps. The funds are already gone, mate. Like, what were you doing? It definitely felt like a backdoor situation. So we'll keep you updated as and when we get developments on this one. Remember, Sam Bankman-Fried does appear in court over the next few days this week with fraud and conspiracy to commit fraud charges. Now, remember, he said, I'm not guilty. Bunch of FTX and Alameda execs have already pleaded guilty, and we are expecting that some of them will testify against Sam Bankman-Fried, their former boss. I'll keep you guys updated as and when we get some developments. Jumping back here into the markets, dollar index, again, the bane of our existence right now, delivering another powerful green candlestick. And it's just been on an insane run, just like we spoke about. The EMA ribbon is flipping, and this is going to be a problem. This is going to be the main problem of this next period of time, because the problem is even if dollar index wants to now cool off, look at this. It's managed to take this line, which is the pivot point, and it's managed to break through it. So what can happen now for the dollar index, if you're a fan of the dollar index? It can move here. It can even come down, collect some support, and off it goes again. It could even come down to collect its weekly EMA ribbon support and still be fine. So we're in a bit of a pickle here, right? If I jump down to the daily time frame, you will see exactly what I mean. It can come down here all the way into its daily EMA ribbon. Okay, look at this. It can break down here, come into the daily EMA ribbon, even all the way down here, and still be in its nice upwards bullish trend. That's how much momentum it has on its side. So the markets are firmly risk off, and we know that. And that is going to provide the headwind for Bitcoin. Now, if you watch my video from yesterday, I wanted to share more of a kind of bullish take, because obviously the time frames are showing us that we could be heading for a pullback. But you can't let that spook you out the market. You can't let that be the reason that you don't partake in crypto and you miss out on the next bull cycle just because on a couple of weekly candles it looks a bit bearish. Look at those bearish patterns, which I'm sharing with you. Look at the fact that Bitcoin could pull back and get ready for your entry point. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. I've got majority of my coins in the market. I'm good to go. If this wants to explode, go for it, no problem. But when the charts are showing me this, that we're running into our EMA ribbon, that there's a little bit of difficulty above, I look down and I look for support, and I look at 26.2, fine, we've had plenty of nibbles there. I look at 24.8, now I have had some nibbles there, but I'll take another one. If it wants to come back down here into that 24.8, 25 level, I do want to nibble. Where things could get even more interesting is 24,000. If we get another opportunity at 24,000, I think that's a really, really interesting level, because if you face it right now, The crypto market, like I spoke about in yesterday's video, is in a far healthier position than it was, towards the end of 2022 with FTX collapsing, the Terra Luna situation, 3 Arrows Capital. We went through a lot. Inflation, sky high, interest rates through the steepest hiking cycle we've seen in a very long time. That's tough. But for Bitcoin now to be sat here despite all of that at 26.9, 27,000, a dip towards 25, 24 would be gold dust for me. And I will be nibbling if we fall to those levels. That being said, Bitcoin needs to get above these resistances if it wants a meaningful move to the upside. Right now, we have to give power to the bears. We've got to give them the bias. Last time we ran into our EMA ribbon, they won. This time we run into our EMA ribbon, they won. This time when we run into the EMA ribbon, we have to give the bias to them. If we as bulls want to prove that we can take the next leg up, close above the EMA ribbon, get a confirmation candle, and then I'll back this move up towards 30,000, and I'll be excited that we can get a nice move up towards first this level really here, 29,000, the green line, and then working up to 30,000. So that's the state of the market here on a Saturday, guys. Make sure you jump into the Telegram. Ijaz.uk/TG. You're missing so much alpha when I'm not posting videos. I'm posting stuff in there, particularly the trade alerts, which of course are time sensitive. Doesn't cost you a penny to be in there. There's loads of free insights in there, free alerts. But if you want to join the paid alerts, you can do so as well. Register your interest. It will be first come, first serve. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate these updates, even on the weekend. Smash all the likes. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.